Welcome to this week's video. We are going to be sailing Tobermory, a day trip out to Loch Sunart, which was a sort of failed plan because we wanted to go on to a pontoon, but the weather was turning and they closed it all down. We're obviously back into Tobermory, and we unfortunately have to then make a decision to start heading south because the weather seems to just be getting worse. We were expecting a potentially good September because a lot of people said, but
at this point it's kind of mid to late September. Time is running out before winter really kicks in and the winter storms. So although we waited probably 2 weeks in that area for a weather window, the weather never really improved, so we made the decision to just get south. We didn't fancy that kind of weather for the whole winter. We've had that kind of weather for the whole winter. Spoiler alert. We won't actually be sitting in Plymouth for the winter. That'll be fairly boring. Today we are in sunny Port Solent near Portsmouth. So we've managed to make it up the coast. We've now got the lift booked out. So we'll be coming out of the water next week. Currently it is the 19th of March. Then we get launched on the 31st of March, and we will head almost directly to Dieppe from here, probably a stop in Brighton, and then we'll resume episodes with...
Bad timing.
There's a lot more radio traffic in the Salen. We will resume episodes when we start in France. You've seen everything that we've done in the channel, so and we've been doing these intros, so enjoy the episode and we'll see you next time. We left Lochaline with good weather but no wind at all. We passed the sand mine at the entrance and the ferry to Mull before raising the sails and being gently blown up the Sound of Mull to Tobermory. As yet another storm was due to arrive, we prepared the boat and spent some time in the town. Tobermory is famous for its brightly coloured buildings, in particular the red, yellow and blue at the end of the High Street. We spent several evenings in the Mishnish, also known as the Mish. This is the yellow building in the middle and our favourite pub in the small town, as it served good real ale and food. In bad weather you'll find plenty of other sailors, divers and holiday makers in the bars, so it's easy to get chatting. We spent a few hours chatting with the British Navy Adventure Sail Training Group, who it turned out had also sailed from Gosport, less than 100 metres from our berth. We also took a walk to the local farm shop and distillery, a short walk up the hill and into the countryside to buy some cheese and a whey-bay spirit mixed with cream, which we later enjoyed on the boat. All of this was interspersed with weather that made us very glad to be tied alongside in a good harbour. With a gap in the weather, we decided to make a break for it and sail into Loch Sunart, which is opposite Tobermory. Sunart has a small pontoon at Salen where we planned to stay the night. After a perfect beam reach sail all the way into the loch, we called ahead to be told the pontoon was closed for the upcoming weather, so we turned back and enjoyed a beam reach right back to Tobermory. We later learned that the pontoon was heavily damaged in the storm and sadly will not reopen. Good morning. So we are currently at Tobermory after another 4 nights here. We had been away. We spent a few nights down at Kerra and Oban, and then came back. We had to get the hinges for the fridge, which is all now sorted. And we were still planning to go north, but the weather, like storm after storm, is rolling in every few days, so we'll get 1 good day and then 3 bad days. So we are abandoning the summer effectively. I mean, it's mid-September now. The forecast is for this to carry on until October, and by October the days will be very, very short, so no fun for carrying on doing this kind of thing up in the Scottish Islands. So we're going to start heading south. Today I've just recorded some weather, which I'll put up on the screen. Today there's a lot of gusts. The forecasts are really frustrating as well, because the forecast today, right now, it's forecast for 9 knots of wind, which is nothing, barely even enough to move our boat. but it's gusting to over 20 knots, which is a force 6, and that's going to make exiting the marina a bit tricky. It's going to make it a bit uncomfortable on the way there, but the annoying thing about it is the gusts seem to be all that we're getting. So this is blowing a consistent force 6. We're not getting any of the lovely 9 knots that the forecast says we should be getting. So you kind of think, well, why isn't that just predicting a force 6 the whole day? And it's forecast to get stronger later up here. Where we're going, it's forecast to be lighter than up here, so we wouldn't be leaving if we had to go and tie on in this kind of weather. If I was chartering, I probably would, but we're not chartering, we live on board, so it doesn't really matter where we tie up for the night. So we tend to play it more safe than a lot of other sailors, and as a result, we don't tend to go if we're not comfortable tying on the other end. We don't want to damage anybody else's boat, and certainly not our own. So but yeah, we are quite bored of Tobermory now. We're bored of Mull. It's not a very big island to spend a great deal of time on, so unless you actually live here and you've got a job, there's not much to do. Went to the farm shop yesterday, that was quite nice. We bought some whey-based spirit, which is a bit like Bailey's. It's whiskey and cream, but the whiskey is made with whey-based spirit rather than grain-based spirits. So they take the whey that is a byproduct of cheese making, the curds they make the cheese, and then the whey they distill it and make spirits, and then they do the normal things with it. So they'll make one whiskey and one gin, and then yeah, we tried them. The gin was a bit strong for us, but the cream-based liqueur is absolutely lovely. So we'll try that later in the week probably, and let you know how that goes. But yeah, we are getting ready now for an early move. It's just after 7 here, because the tide is going south and we just want to catch that tide. We're probably motoring all day because the Sound of Mull predominantly goes southeast to northwest, and we've got a southeasterly wind, so we are going to be directly into this wind today. So yeah, we'll see what it's like when we're out there. It might calm down a bit and it might be a better wind direction than we're expecting, but if I'm honest, I'm expecting it to be a motoring day of laziness again. So yeah.
Sorry, I haven't got my mic on at the moment, just because we're leaving the big camera downstairs because it's quite blowy out here, and there's quite a lot of fetch I guess, waves, something in the water making chucking us up and down. You'll see from the videos. But yeah, just came along to say we're progressing slowly but surely on our way, and glad to be out of Tobermory because we think we've accomplished all that we could have accomplished while we were there.
Thanks for watching. Please join us next time where we head for the south coast before winter sets in and the days get shorter. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.